Dimitri, do you want to come on?
Yeah. How do you help owners manage the sharing aspects after the transactions? So, for example, like who gets Christmas or the fresh powder dump, or if there's an upgrade decision, there's disagreement about whether to go for the Cadillac or the Toyota, water heater. How do you handle that?
Yeah, great question. And this is a really important part of our service and our offering. So first on the calendar piece of it, we have created a tool that's available in the Owners app that is basically a shared calendar. But on the back end of the shared calendar, there's a series of rules and algorithms that are proprietary to us. We call it Smart Stay. And the job of Smart Stay is to distribute the calendar fairly and equitably amongst the ownership group. So basically the way that it works is if you own 1/8 of the home, which is our minimum, that's our entry ownership level, Smart Stay will ensure that you get 1/8 of all the different seasons throughout the year. So 1/8 of the peak season, 1/8 of the non-peak season, and 1/8 of the holidays. But it's dynamic. It's unlike a lot of the kind of analogous business models that have come before us. Like the closest thing that's to Pacaso that's come before us would be like the resort fractionals. Like if you go to like the St. Regis or Four Seasons or something, you can buy a fourth of one of their homes. And oftentimes, what the way that those companies work is more like a draft system, where everybody puts in their request and the whole calendar is allocated for a year or more. And then you have to kind of trade dates if you want to change. But it's not a really great experience. We tried to create an experience that feels more like what you would do if you were kind of booking a trip on, Expedia or something, where it's more dynamic and the calendar is rolling as opposed to static. And it works pretty well. I mean, the way that most of our owners would describe it is they get 80% of what they want, of the dates that they want, 80 to 85%, which isn't 100%, obviously, because you don't own 100% of the home. But the reason why people are willing to make that trade-off is because it costs 85% less to buy the home and to maintain the home on an annual basis. In terms of the other part of the decision-making around like operating the home, repairing a refrigerator or selecting a cleaning vendor, renewing an insurance policy, things like that, we have discretion to do that on behalf of the ownership group. And then the owners review and approve the budget every year. If it's a major item, the owners would vote on that. And within our operating agreement, there's a couple of tiers that define how many votes are required to make certain changes to the structure. But I mean, to just be direct, most people aren't voting on things. A big part of why they hire us is so they don't have to deal with all the headaches. And so, and we also try to bring on homes that are in good shape. Like I can count on one hand the number of homes that have had like issues that were unexpected that we had to deal with. But most of the homes are, great homes, very new. And we're planning way ahead of big maintenance that would need to occur in the future.